Hey everybody, how are you doing out there? Sitting in a beautiful church on Dartmoor, church I used to come and sit in and lose hours for regularly when there was nobody here. Haven't been here since before COVID started, so it's a bit of a time warp, but I found myself back here and I thought I'd share with you about the human experience. So I love talking about the spiritual experience, but it's really common, and I've been guilty of this, and I've seen it commonly in spiritual people, that we lose sight of what it is to be human and the human experience. And also from a spiritual perspective, I've seen it commonly where the human experience is almost tainted with disapproval, or something we need to let go of and rise above and move beyond. Well, yes and no. Let's be honest, we're here on this planet having a human experience. I would suggest that maybe we're here to experience that, but also to use the duality of viewing the human experience through the spiritual eyes as well, because it gives a very, very different take on the human experience. And often the spiritual experience can make the human experience more bearable. It can help us to make sense of the unbearable, the insufferable, the painful, the not having answers to certain things that are massive. But the human experience is here to be worked through and then risen above. So what is the human experience? Well, it's mastering what it is to know fear, what it is to know desire, what it is to know loss, what it is to know destruction, what it is to know tragedy, what it is to know conflict, what it is to be uncertain, what it is to experience the unknown. And it's all these frailties that the human fallibility that we all have experience. The key is not to get stuck there. And I think the most evolved humans I've ever met have gone through all of these different energies, experiences, and mastered them. So they've risen above them, they've learnt the lessons from them, they could learn how to accept them, they've learned how to let go of them, they've learned how to process them. It's not that any experience necessarily is a bad experience, which might feel tough on the ears if you've been through horrific things. And I don't say that lightly. I've been through more than what feels like my fair share of horrific things, but it's more about then shining light of the spiritual belief system onto these insufferable experiences. How am I going to get through that? How am I going to get the best of that? And for me, it's always looking for the silver lining. Go through a crisis, I want something from that crisis, in that human experience of what it is to suffer, because that is what the human experience is often linked to, is knowing what it is to suffer and survive it. So for me, it's always, what can I learn from that? What can I take from that? What would I do if I was in that situation again? So I benefit from these human vibrations, emotions and experiences that we all do seem to have to go through. And it really is about how much can you fit into one life and go through and surmount. So love the spiritual side of everything. It's my world. But there's something about, have we got okay with the human experience as well? It's not to be avoided. Easy to avoid, because human experience is quite a painful experience, but use the spiritual side of you to, or your belief systems, or your higher self, or your religion, to shine light on the tough human experiences of suffering, just to make it easier. Try not to shy away from what it is to have human experiences. That is what we're here for, but we're very good at running. It's looking at what we're running from. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.